I'm sure pretty much everyone has to be aware by now that the Rimac C2, a brand new car coming to Forza Horizon 4, is going to be available next week. 50% completion percentage for the spring season will reward you with the car, but I'm also sure that pretty much everyone has to be aware that you could have already driven it even back in summer, because the monthly rivals for Series 10 is driving the Rimac on the Astmore Heritage Circuit. So I drove it back in summer once, and I drove it a little bit today in winter, but I decided to look up the car on YouTube and see if I could find any reviews or informational videos about it, and I was certainly intrigued by what I found. This is probably old news to some, but I figured it'd be fun to talk about a little bit. This car is crazy, it's super unique, and it's made by Rimac, which is a Croatian manufacturer I've certainly never heard of until it came here into Forza Horizon 4, but the specs in this car are just absolutely insane. So it does have some information slowly scrolling on the right side there that you can certainly read if you want to, but there's 4 electric motors on this car. It's a completely 100% electric car. Each of those 4 motors goes for 1 wheel though, which is absolutely just bananas. 1900 horsepower and 0 to 60 in 2 seconds. The crazy part is, wait till you see me drive this thing. If you have not seen gameplay yet, if you have not heard gameplay yet, you're probably going to be blown away. And I already did do my monthly rivals here, so I'm not really going to be going for times, but I wanted to show off the car a little bit, show you the inside of it, and just drive it around a little. No, I promise you, I did not mute the gameplay. Being a full electric car, this thing is just so quiet. It almost sounds like it's just whistling a little bit, like a jet you hear out in the distance. It's absolutely insane to drive. It's so unique. It's all-wheel drive, makes 1900 horsepower. Now, there's a lot of uses for this thing. I feel like drifting could be one. I feel like just straight line, just having fun could be another. And cockpit view on this thing is so sick. That screen that you see right in front of you, it's really cool. You can see what speed you're going, or I think that's going by kilometers per hour. Obviously, I'm more used to miles per hour. You probably hear more sound when you're in cockpit view than when you're outside of the car doing like a chase far camera like I usually do, because here's cockpit again. You pretty much can't hear anything. It's just insane. But let's take a second to just appreciate the beauty of this car. I mean, the design of it is gorgeous. I love the headlights. Now, the wheels, we could certainly use some different wheels the way they are. They're not the best with the car, but I'm sure they're super lightweight. That's probably why they're designed the way they are. The taillights are really sick. The active aerodynamic spoiler. And the car is beautiful, but it's also aerodynamic. It's got an interesting color scheme on the interior. You can't really see it, obviously, and I cannot use drone mode. Another thing I wanted to point out, why is it still autumn? Like, we're in winter now. I figured this was going to be in winter and it'd be a lot of fun. It'd be a real test and be challenging, but nope, it is still autumn, apparently, in this. Another thing to note, it only has 2 gears, and each gear it looks like goes up to 12,000 RPMs. That is just absolutely insane. I love driving this thing though, it's so stealthy. Like, it has all that power sitting there, but when you hit the gas you don't hear a thing. Like, who's gonna expect that? Who is gonna expect that? And also, who would have thought, from Rimac, a Croatian manufacturer that, I mean, like I probably said earlier, I've certainly never heard of them. Has anyone else heard of Rimac before this came into Forza Horizon 4? I'd imagine not. I don't know about you guys, but I'm super excited to get this in spring. It looks like a great drift machine, just something to use for drag racing, just fun doing rolls and digs, anything you can think of, man. I think this car is going to be a versatile beast, and it's only a week away, so the suspense can build. I'm not sure what customization there's going to be, and there are people that I'm sure have the car ready because people do those glitches and everything. I'm not going to do that because I don't do glitches, and I'm patient, but it is what it is. People do their thing, you know, you do you. Hope you enjoyed this gameplay though, guys. Drop a like if you're super excited for this Rimac to come into Forza Horizon 4. We'll see it here next in spring. Peace, guys. Pew, pew, pew.